So, ladies and gentlemen, it's yet another episode of the Free Talk podcast. And trust me, today is going to be a very vamvoise level. Do you understand what I said? It's going to be a vocious uvevwe.
Amen.
We are going to Lambrada Day. Well, you people don't understand.
Okay.
Anyway, my name is Kingsley Oba, aka CYK, the richest. You know what it is? Hey, yo. And today, we have a lineup of, bass boosts for you.
But
before I move on, let me do the official introduction as our culture is. Of course, let me start with, where do I start? Minimal.
Start from the middle.
Okay.
Split in the middle.
Wow, revelation.
Hi everyone, my name is Dami.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dami, but she says she wants to be called D.
Yeah. Hi,
Very
guys.
deep.
My name is Dee and I'm so excited to be here. So
Diana. Wait, when did she change to Diana?
D. She said D.
I said my name is Dee and I'm excited to be here.
I thought she said Diana. So
Exactly.
exactly.
She said D and
Hi
she
guys,
just
my
added it
name
together.
is Dee and I am excited to be here.
Oh, are you trying to mimic him?
Anyway, of course, you know the one and only, the queen of the park.
What, you didn't do all this for me? Okay. You didn't give me all of that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a beauty in the building.
Amen.
We have sassy in the building. We have intelligence in the building. We have fantabulous in the building.
Deliciousness.
Make some noise for D. Why not they do this thing? All those poetry people where you go to. Some people don't understand. So is that okay now?
Yes. That's
Fantastic.
much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
We can move on now.
Yes, we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the queen in the building. The queen bee.
Queen mother.
The double decker. Listen, everything is in place. All one that controls and is controlling.
Period.
Can you make some noise and give it up for Creamy, aka Creamy Pepe?
Creamy Peppies here.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Are you-
boys and all the
The
girls.
girls.
Very happy to be here again.
You're good?
My
Creamy.
life, I've been laughing. I don't know if I can continue, but
Oh my God. Today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another beautiful queen in the building. She's been causing a lot of commotion here today. There's even me. God is helping me.
I'm trying to be careful.
At this point in time, thank God I'm seated over here.
Amen.
You're safe. I got it.
Thank you very much.
Really?
Yeah, because we abide by the blood of Jesus. This is Holy Communion self. We are taking so that too. Ladies and gentlemen, another wonderful, intelligent, smart. I believe she is someone that is very firm.
Extremely firm.
Yes.
Assertive.
Yes, very assertive.
Yes.
Please, can you give it up for Dami, please?
That's my sister.
Thank you.
Lively.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the
And
introduction.
of course, my guy himself.
Yes, so.
This guy travels a distance. I'm telling you, if there is anybody that will receive an award for the longest driving within Maryland, it is this man. Please, and trust me, they have tried to get him in trouble. But God covers you.
Yes.
They will never get you in trouble.
Amen.
It is not a crime to love what you love.
At all.
I don't know why people have a problem.
He loves his wife.
But guess what? He's one of a man that I know has integrity, character,
Yep.
and his reputation is something I can speak for.
Yes.
So I don't know why you people have problem with him. Whatever
really?
problem you have, bring it to me.
Yeah, take it up with CY, period.
At this point in time,
And his assistant.
I want to say I love you, brother.
And
Please
I
give it
love
up
you
for
too, bro.
my brother Tosi in the building.
Oh yeah, we're doing this. Okay.
Gentleman. So, you see, ladies, today it's not a topic; it's a discussion we want to have. About relationship, because
Are you okay?
looking at the world today, you ask a lot of young folks, most especially who are either looking to get married or, just young folks, and like, so what's up with dating? And the response you get is really not something you would expect. Like, it's very not palatable.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, why? I don't think it's that difficult. But we really want to dig into this thing to know if what really is the major challenge in the dating scene now, because it's before we started, behind the scenes, we were talking about some things, and we're like, okay, let's roll the camera and discuss this thing. So what do you guys think is really the challenge in the dating scene? Because our days, last week, which of course you're going to be seeing the episode very soon, we had a guest here who said now that we have talking stage, we have talking stage,
we have
dating
stage, then we have the situation.
Producer, give us talk now. Producer, talk.
Relationship,
And
then
we
we have
have
marriage.
Well, yeah.
Then that is if it does
We
not
have
leave.
friends
Well,
with
well,
benefits.
There's
We
talking
have
and
dating.
there's seriously talking.
Yeah. We have dating, we have relationships.
Oh no,
and
what's
the
the
list
word?
goes on.
We're exclusively talking or
Yeah.
exclusively dating.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go again. We are
There's
talking,
exclusively talking.
And
And
Yes.
there's dating.
There's
Dating.
And there's exclusively dating.
Yes.
And then there's relationship. And
there's
then
exclusive
maybe
relationship.
marriage.
why will you not have challenge in this life?
Why are you attacking me? This is what this out there.
No,
It's not
you're
just
even
me.
forgetting some things. There's friends with benefits,
Oh,
there's
yeah, there's that part.
situationships.
There's
There's
situationships
different
too.
types of ship. You just have to find the color
The kind
of
of
your own
ship.
ship that you would like.
That you like.
So-
A lot of ships.
See
A lot
why?
of ships.
We are going to be more confused today.
So, Danny,
See,
D,
I'm also confused.
I think,
myself.
let me start
I'm
with D.
confused.
So, D, what do you think is the challenge?
If you ask me, and if I'm
asking you.
from my experience, if I'm going to be speaking from my experience, I would say all the men that I have met as a single woman, I do not think that they know what it is that they want out of life.
I thought you wanted to say single mother. I said, when did you
No,
become?
no,
Okay.
single woman.
Single woman, okay. We put it as single woman,
I
please.
have never born.
And she's available.
I never born one, I beg.
Okay.
So, because if we're even going by the Bible, the man is supposed to be the head of the family.
Right.
And if you as a man do not know where you are
Your head
headed,
is heading to.
where am I following you to?
So the challenge is that a lot of them don't know where they are going.
That's just a simple way for me to put it. When you know what you want, you go for it, regardless of what it is.
But when you say someone
I
doesn't
think
know where
they
he's
know-
going,
They know what they want. They're just
What-
being very tricky. Most of them do know what they want, but they just.
I
very
don't.
tricky.
Okay, well, maybe I'm going to stand on that point. They don't know what they want.
okay. So Dami,
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
because you said they know what they want, but
they don't
it's
want
kind
to
of
go
tricky.
for it,
So
right?
Okay, so I'll go back to before we started this. You said you dated your wife or you were in a relationship with her for like a year,
yeah,
and then you just went straight into marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you know what you want. Some of them know what they want. They just want to play with you for the moment till they figure out that one person they want to be with, or they have that one person they already want to be with, and they just want to play with you. That's what I mean.
So do you think because we have more options now?
No.
Yes, they do. Men have more options because men are actually dating now, so they do have more options.
Well, she's
So-
right.
do
though.
I mean, that's the
Well,
truth.
in the context of men and women, I wouldn't say, because it's very wrong to just play with people's feelings. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman is not what you want, move on to what you want. Because I've heard a saying that a man will be with you for years while he's still searching for the love of his life.
That is true.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And then,
Because you know that it is true.
because I am
There's-
not the love of your life.
She just
I
literally
mean,
explained what I just said.
that could
She
be
just put it in
true,
better
but not
words.
for all men. I personally, I don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I can
just
hang
in
around.
our
I can hang around for
generation.
For a minute.
Because
for-
you
for
made a blanket
moment or for a
statement.
minute, but once I know that this is not the person I want, trust me, I'm going to move
What
forward.
is a minute
That's
for
how
you?
you see it. That's not how the
What is
men
a
in
minute
my
for you?
generation see
What
it.
is it? What?
What is a minute for you? Say you can hang on for a minute till you figure
How
out what
long
you
is
want.
a minute?
What
I
is
mean,
a
it
minute for you?
could. It's nothing that's going to be long. Maybe like 1 or 2 months.
That's you. That's
That's
your
me.
man.
And
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
That's not what is out there now.
As
Yeah.
you as a person, you're disciplined.
Enough,
Yes,
yeah.
Enough,
and I
and you have
know,
integrity.
and I know what I want. For example, when I met my wife, we didn't meet on a very good terms. Like, she was a makeup artist, I was a photographer, and we were like started fighting immediately
Oh.
because she was like, "Don't snap me, don't snap me." I'm like, "What is in your body that I'm snapping?"
Wow.
You understand? Let me
You said
snap the
that?
bride. Yeah, because there's no way
Wow.
I want to snap the bride
That's quite
that
rude.
you will not be there. So I can't. Don't snap my cleavage. I'm not. Why? What do I need you for?
That's her
So-
standard.
Yeah,
We-
but you ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Hold on.
Yes,
Hold on.
yes, my cleavage.
For
We're not
what?
thinking about that.
I wasn't thinking.
That's you, brother
There was
man,
no
that's
way
you.
you.
This is
you
where
know-
the problem came from.
No.
Hold
Let
on.
him speak.
No,
Let him
Jokes,
speak.
jokes
Let him
apart.
speak,
Jokes
please.
apart. Now, fast forward. 3 months.
Please fast forward past that.
So fast forward. Then we started
Sorry.
talking. She hired me to be a wedding photographer, right? We discussed. I gave her the cost
You were
and
at
everything
her
Our
wedding?
wedding.
for her own wedding. Before she thought she was going to get married, right?
Oh my god.
So she was dating someone.
Yes.
So you snatched her away
snatched
from
somebody
No,
from
now let me land. Let me tell you.
Please.
Let me just
See,
hold on.
you need to ask her if you should tell this story. Because I don't want tomorrow now they say.
Listen.
So apparently, even women too do the same.
No.
thing.
Let me.
They are still.
You are trying
Let
to.
him land. Let's let
me
him
land.
land. Let's let him
me
land. So we know where he's headed.
Okay.
That's
It was
the
so
man
bad
with
that
vision.
when I delivered the photo book of that wedding, I made sure everywhere she is, both the soft copy and the hard copy, I deleted the pictures. I did not know that she was the immediate younger sister of the bride.
Oh wow.
So when she now saw the photo book and how good it was, she now reached out to me and said, I'm a makeup artist, I can, get jobs for you. And by the way, how much are you going to charge? My wedding is coming up in a couple of months.
Oh my god, wow, interesting.
But I don't know what happened. Our wedding didn't come up. Everything went like that. A
she-
year after,
To sign Baba.
she called me,
Baba.
and we got talking. We wanted to, I was looking
So what
at,
did she call you for?
she called me
To take pictures of
to
their
take,
wedding
no,
day.
she called me to take pictures on our wedding day. And when she saw the
No. I mean, as the wedding did not
You
work.
don't walk.
Did she
Okay,
share
so she
with
now
you what
called me
happened?
that she was moving from Lagos. She was moving to Ibadan where I was based. And she wanted a space. That was how we.
Why did she have to
Why
call
did she-
you?
I mean, that is destiny calling, right? So she called me.
Destiny.
They're not bring.
To cut the long story
That's the way
short,
don't like you since.
when we started talking, I realized that whenever she speaks to me and whenever I talk to her on the phone, it's like therapeutic to me.
peace.
Like I just
Wow.
have this peace. So it now became it now became a norm. I call her like every evening, just like maybe for 1 minute, and I feel very, very fine. But she never knew, right? So until we started talking, and one thing led to another. I said, this girl is not bad, and after all, she's also my mom's namesake. You understand? And I asked her out, and we started dating, and she told me one thing. She said, "Do you want to marry, or you are looking for a girlfriend?" And I said, I want to marry. She said, because if you are looking for a girlfriend, I'm the wrong person for you. I want somebody that knows what he wants in life and wants to get married.
Yeah.
3 months after we got married.
So can I
right?
say
It
something
wasn't a
before
long
anybody
yeah.
says anything?
Wow.
Can I say something because I really don't want to forget, So one of the challenges that I find with a lot of young ladies is they don't know how to ask for what they want. I'm telling you. Let me, because you go into this relationship 1 year, at most, 2 years, and you should be able to tell this guy, what are we doing? I'm coming because it's the same thing that happened to me. Almost the same story, but I mean, she didn't say it that way. But she actually stated, look, what's going on, and immediately at that point in time, so it's either you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
So in this generation, or let me speak English.
God.
When a woman says that, especially when they are dating and it's time for them to get to the stage of either you want to propose or not, when they say that and say, hey, what is going on? We've been in this relationship for a minute. What are we doing? some people interpret it as the women being desperate.
Then you get out. I'm sorry.
That is one point. To add to what she just said is that when you meet a guy, boy meets girl, and we're talking, we're vibing, you enjoy my company, I'm enjoying your company, we're having conversations, and all of that good stuff. The moment you start as a woman, the moment you start speaking about marriage and what it is that you want for your life,
they're running away.
They automatically feel like,
Oh
my god, and then they just it's flight mode for men.
Yeah,
But
I think is a way to filter people that are not serious away from your life.
It is.
Yeah.
We
So-
also need to understand there's very limited of these men out there.
But then again,
But for example, if you don't know what you want, right, and you know what you want, and you can't language or communicate what you want clearly, then men
Anybody can
tell you
Anybody will
anything or
just
do
jump in
anything around
and
you.
stay. Then when it's done, he just moves
They
on.
just move on.
I understand your point of view, but it's not that simple.
It's not that simple in the world
especially
out there
in the
now.
real world.
It's not
It
that
doesn't
simple.
work
So
like that.
you
If
guys
it
make it
works
look like
that,
you
let
guys
me tell
make
you-
it look like we didn't live in this world and we didn't experience
That's
this
not
thing.
what we're
But your
saying.
time-
That's not what we're
your
saying.
time is different from
It's
our
different from
time.
our times.
Okay, what changed?
Social media.
Aside from social media, men have gotten. You see, back in the days, men
Say some
were
men.
eager. Okay, some men.
Men is men.
Okay. Let me just say,
It can't
men.
be all men.
I
Men in
understand,
previous
just-
generations were eager to jump into responsibilities.
Yeah.
My big brother here told me that he started hustling at the age of 16. He had left his father's house and he was, into the world and looking for how things, can turn out and all of that good stuff. Men in this day age, 30, 35, going on 40, are still under their parents' roof.
Okay.
So,
And
is it
still on that taking.
So let me tell you, it's not now. Even in my days, I had at least I know some uncles of mine that till today they are not married. Because
But
the
your
percentage
different.
was not
different.
as
Very
much
different.
as what we're dealing
See why?
with now.
I think things has really changed.
things have really changed.
That's
a
the
lot.
truth.
so are you saying it's changed for the men or for the women?
For
Both.
example,
It changed.
for
It
example,
changed for
before-
both genders.
Before we started this conversation, your producer was saying in this time it was more so of boy meets girl. I like you, you like me,
We
we
date
date, we
and
marry.
we- yeah.
We've just dissected. There's the
You're right,
dating part. There's the seriously dating.
Yeah.
There's the
Exclusive.
situationship. There's the
But-
these are stages you have to go
But
through
I
before you actually
also
be in a
think that
relationship.
the onus is so much on the women because you allow these things.
So let me speak on that.
What do we allow?
Wait,
Because-
hold on. Let me speak on that. For the women, yes. You also need to understand that there is a societal standard of a woman's clock is not
Biological
as
clock
long
and- yeah.
as a man's
Get
clock. So, and then there is also the part of the contributions of parents and families and friends and culture and what society expects from you as
The
a
pressure?
woman. They expect you as a woman to be married or be in a serious relationship leading
At
to
a certain
marriage
age.
at a certain age. So if you're now getting on to 30 and you're still single, then you start hearing side comments like, oh, she's using all the men to play. Or because we can't
Or our standard
deny
is too
that
high.
some of the mothers from the generations before settled. Now, I'm not saying that we will not settle. My big brother will say, "Mutie caution, pick your own and rinse it." Yes. So we are going to settle one way or the other. I'm not going to find
I'm going to use the
100%.
word settle. We're going to compromise. We'll come to a
We're
compromise.
going to compromise.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick my own and rinse it. Is what I'm trying to say, right? So if all the fishes in the sea are rotting, what do you want me to pick? 1, 2. If the good fishes are already married, what am I
Some of the
picking?
good fishes are
Some-
already married.
also-
And these same
Or most
married
of them.
fishes are the ones
Are
now
the
chasing us. Auntie out there, hold your
So
husband.
me as a woman, I want companionship. I want a man. I want what you're speaking on. I want that. But if every man that is approaching me, you're saying, oh, you as a woman, you need to stand 10 toes down and tell the man, oh, if you don't want what I want, then blah 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 blah. Exit. Yes, but if you have introduced the vibe to me and we're talking, it's going to get to a stage for me. I'm not going to meet you on the first day and
I know
I'll be
you
like,
entirely.
hey, are you going to marry me? No. So we're going to have built a connection. Now, women are very easy to love. Like, we love so easily. Well, some women, because some women are gangster. So now that you have introduced me to a connection and I'm used to that, you're telling me that I'll have to detach myself because we've had a conversation now and
you're
I figured out that
comfortable.
where you're not heading anywhere and I'm heading somewhere. Now I have to break that. Okay, I've broken that. On to
How
the
many
next
of
one.
that do I
How
have
many
to
do
do
I
to
have to
get
do
exactly the
before,
right
before
one?
I get
Yep. And to add to what she's
You
also
know-
saying, a lot of men in this generation, not all, majority of men are threatened by a woman's career.
Yes.
A woman's goal, a woman's vision. They want them to leave. You know, for example, my dad will say something. I did not send you to a private university to go and be a full-time housewife. That's not what my father sent me to school for. And for me as an individual, I am a career woman that is married and have kids. But a lot of men in this generation are threatened. They feel very threatened by somebody like Dami. She what's your course again? What are you doing in school? She's a psychotherapist.
Physiotherapist.
Oh
What do you do?
I studied exercise science.
The head, that's it.
Exercise.
That she said.
Like human
I
kinetics
want
or
to
something.
lose-
She has 2 degrees. The first one is therapy. Oh, that's a
I want-
therapy. Babe.
So
Physical
Physical therapy. Oh, she God bless you.
exercise
The
science.
exercise science.
So you help people to
kinesiology and all that stuff.
break bone in
Well,
their.
I haven't gotten my certificate yet, but that's.
But you have an idea how
That's
it
the goal.
works.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you what just
You what did you not do?
I'm an MIS major. I study management information systems.
so you can manage people. Wow.
What
now
do you do
guess
by the
manage
side?
human
Now,
being.
now, guess what? For both of them, they are ladies that are outspoken and they are very firm, just like you said. They are very firm and very assertive
So
in
so
what they
so
believe.
let me quickly say something. You know Chimamanda Adichie, the writer. The husband is a medical doctor. We see him, very chill guy. In fact, you won't even know he's one. And you know, every time they ask her questions of how, because Chimamanda is
She's out there.
like, this is a woman that a lot, in fact she says it that a lot of men are intimidated
By her?
whenever they see her.
By credentials?
But
Not
do you
just
know,
By
credentials.
who she
Listen.
is.
Who she is.
like even her sitting still, you yourself you will
You're
shake.
threatened by her looks. Yeah.
But he said that they asked her, how did this man? She was like, it was just like,
He was just himself, right?
that's it.
that is 1 out of 1,000, and that was in that generation. Men in this generation
Men in this-
want you.
How old is Chimamanda?
See,
How old
I
is she?
used to
She's
tell your
in
producer, I used to tell your
mid, I
producer
think
that men out there, they are
mid
useless.
40s. But the husband is
Men
Sorry.
what? Dami, you said what?
Some men out there are useless. And he didn't used to believe me until he experienced things that men out there themselves are talking. Men just want to brag about how many girls they've slept with.
And
let's
They just want
also
to brag how many girls they made squirt. They just want to brag how many girls they can hold on to at the same time.
but
let's also put
So
into
what are,
perspective.
sorry, excuse me. What are the things that you are looking for in an ideal kind
which
of
I
man?
asked her, God fearing.
Everybody, that's what
I
everybody
mean,
says.
that's part of it. But I don't think just be who you are. Like
But
what
do
I
you
like.
know that being God fearing doesn't mean you have a great marriage? Let me explain. I have an
That's
uncle.
possible,
I
yes.
have an uncle. I think he just died like 2 years ago. This man was married. They were married for about 50 something years. He's not a Christian. He's in one of these, what are cults? Amok. They call it Amok. You know Amok now. It's like
Are you
a
allowed
fraternity.
to say this? So they don't come for you.
No, it's a fraternity. It's
Oh,
common.
okay,
It's not,
okay.
in Calabar, they're everywhere.
Okay.
They don't. It's not a Christian. But guess what? I stay with this man. See, I've never seen a marriage that you're like, wow.
Standing strong.
He raised the best kids. The daughter is a doctor in Canada right now. The son is in Germany. He's an engineer. Like the kids are well raised. The man, as he's coming back from work, the wife will prepare his food. You know, and they don't pray. They don't all those. Once he finishes, he goes for his daddy meeting, whatever meeting. But I've never heard them raise their voice. Never. They see them play. They will sit down. They will play Ludo. The man likes playing Ludo. So what I'm trying to say is, some people say God fearing. I'm not saying. I mean, you should marry somebody that you have the same beliefs with.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of people don't even understand that marriage is not a Christian thing. Marriage is cultural.
Yes, but it's the foundation.
My point here is when I hear people say God fearing, they make it look like that God fearing is what will help the man.
No,
I don't know.
My dad is a pastor. And my father tells me every time that wisdom is what will sustain a marriage because love alone cannot do it.
Amen.
And my
Say
father
it
is a
again
pastor.
so they can
So
hear.
remember our conversation when we were talking. Where I told you, I said a wise woman. Where do you get the word wise from? Wisdom.
Please.
What she's saying is vis-a-vis on both sides.
Yeah.
From the man and the woman.
I understand. You know, sometimes you guys make it look like this whole thing is a gender war. No,
But
it's
no.
not.
But that is what is going on right now.
That's
That is
our
the reality.
Yeah, that's
Right
our
now, whether
reality.
we try to shy away from that truth, it is the reality right now. So let me give you perspective. Where a man whom was supposed to be married in the next couple of days came outside and said he's not marrying again, he's getting married to his best friend. Like, bro, what the heck?
Because he's gay.
Like, how do you do that? Like, you've been dating this girl for a couple of years and you just came outside and just felt like you after you proposed to her, they've done wedding photo shoots, preparation plan.
I think
That's an example of
a
me
man
saying
has left a
something
woman
now.
on the at the altar before and said, I can't do this.
Like
and
you,
you want to
So
go and
you-
be
you want-
like you
They know what
said,
they want, they just
like
string
you
you
said,
along.
They just
it's-
string you along.
It's vis-a-vis. Yeah, I agree.
we've seen situations where it's happened before.
Absolutely.
You know, with the. But I think for the ladies, most of the times they even go through, but they have some because I don't know. There was this one that was trending on Instagram. A guy found out on a day to their wedding that the girl was having an affair with his best man. And in fact, they had sex before.
Oh, wow.
And so for the women will go through, but they'll just keep their whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because women have accepted the societal norm that all men cheat. So it's a thing. So
Most
women,
men
it's
cheat.
okay. A man will cheat,
But
a
that
woman
means
will
not
stay there. But a woman will cheat, a man will leave.
Facts.
Well,
I agree. There's no where. There's no where any
no.
There's no. Where are you knowing to?
I mean,
Where
if
is Noah going?
Men are very territorial. You don't touch a man's property. And
Okay,
that's
I would agree to that.
And then,
I would agree to that.
But then, isn't that no? Juju be that? You don't want anybody to touch your property.
But you want to touch somebody.
Going about touching everybody with your verified man. Who does that?
verified. The blue
Bro,
tick.
the blue tick on it.
So now the question is
The question is.
the challenges because you've enumerated like how many.
that's just the tip.
You've
The
not.
iceberg.
Come on,
Yeah, go on.
We
Let's
need more.
listen.
Should we? Okay.
Because we have to solve this thing
It's
today.
okay. I got you.
Because that me has not even said anything. You are the one
okay. Let me
offloading because
tell
I'm
you.
still going to
She's
have.
the
It's
prototype.
okay.
But this is a prototype.
I guess.
The head.
Yeah.
That.
So, amongst other things, some of the things that I have come to the knowledge of, based off of my experience, is lack of communication,
Right.
men wanting to string me along,
Not taking
men
accountability.
not taking accountability, men not knowing where they are headed, not just relationship but in life in general, no vision. And I'm the type of girl that I have plans. I know where I'm going to be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to do to get to that place.
So did you ever did you ever meet one that you guys were very close, getting close to that point where it was
Yes.
happening, and then what happened?
So the last experience that I had went on for 2 years. And like she said,
thought
talking
she
stage,
would
exclusively talking. So I met this person when I went on a girls trip with my friends, and boy meets girl as well. Please,
Can you allow?
boy meets girl, and we start talking, we start vibing
Don't
or
worry, you still have
whatever.
time for yours too.
But the bottom line is, this person was not heading anywhere with me. Now, I also had
In
to-
life or with you?
with me.
Okay.
I
But in
also
life,
had
is he
to-
headed somewhere in life?
It seemed like
he's
he
headed
was.
somewhere. He was
he
headed
had a plan.
somewhere.
He
Okay.
was stringing
He had
her
a plan.
on.
But he was stringing me along. He wasn't. He knew from the day one that
This
he
was
didn't
not
want
it.
anything with me. However, he liked all the qualities that made me a woman, and he wanted to use those qualities to his advantage. Like this
used
is
it.
someone
He used it, not he
he
wanted.
used,
He used
it.
it.
This is someone that will call
For
me
2 years, right?
Yeah, for 2 years.
So in that.
No, we were
Go ahead.
breaking and coming back, breaking and coming back,
Okay.
and all that stuff. So, we talked about everything, family, career, religion, everything, future and everything. It was looking rosy. And I'm a single girl. I mean, and he's a cute young man, so I don't see why not. So the first time we went out, this was someone I fought my parents on. My father sat me down. My father told me it's a
no-go area.
Okay. My father told me to exit, and I was like, no, I'm gonna. My family members came to kneel down to beg my father on this matter. I was so ready to move out of my parents' house to follow. I was going to follow this man to the ends of the earth.
So are you done? Because I want to say something.
So I know how at every point in time. At some point in time, I came to the understanding that, okay, what's taking so long? Like, what are we still talking about? So I would leave. But obviously, there's a part of me that has a soft spot for this person. So he would apply pressure again. He would come again. Like, I would block him. He would call me with his work phone, do all these things. And
send emails.
He would send a town crier. So, and I'm a type of girl that, if you apply pressure, I don't know how to say no. I'm just a girl. So, we break. We broke for 2 times. Mm-hmm. Should I give you the summary? The what did it for me?
The fast forward.
I found out that he was married.
No wonder.
Okay. So,
guess what? My tie ad. The girl that he married, he met her and they married in under 3 months. And there was me.
So.
That he was stringing along for 2 years.
So, D. Let me make you understand something as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
standard created by men. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
You see, you guys have.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
You see, one thing I've discovered that
just let him share his own view.
But it's
not general.
You guys have this definition for a lot of things that. It has become a problem. And
I've said go ahead by like 5 times now.
When we were talking, when we started, I don't know if it was when we started recording or before we started recording, I said something that every man, from the first day he sees you, he knows what he wants. You see?
And I don't do this behind the camera.
You better come and do.
Send your food.
That's why he's the producer now.
If you have a lot to say, come say it.
And and I want to say this. D, you probably saw this thing.
Red flag.
You saw it.
I did, of course. I did.
But there is what I call expectation versus reality.
Okay.
A lot of us dwell on expectation, but the reality, we don't dwell on reality. And I'm sorry, honestly, I'm going to apologize for what I'm about to say.
Okay.
A lot of young ladies dwell on this, and that they dwell on expectation. They don't dwell on reality. And I try to, as much as I can, I try to talk to them. I'm like, listen, I know how many people.
Do you talk to men too? Because it seems like you only speak
I do.
Do you?
And you know why I
both.
talk to a lot of men? Because I'm trying to help women. I try to, because I'm like, I'm seeing this thing. I'm seeing it. No. And they're like, no, there's this one in, oh God, let me not talk about it because she might.
You said something that there's expectations
and reality.
And there's reality, right? And a lot of women are dwelling on expectations instead of reality. Now, the reality of this generation is that the majority of the men are small-minded, shallow-minded.
Yeah.
They are very irresponsible.
Do we have statistics to that?
Yes. If you put it on our statistics, I promise you, it's at 80%.
That's your own statistics.
Right? No. And I'll tell you why I came to that conclusion. I've talked to a lot of young men and I've talked to a lot of young women, and I've seen it play out just exactly as I've said it. You see a man, you ask him, okay, hey, you're 23. What's up? What are you doing? This is not about relationship now, like she rightly said.
Just life.
What's your vision,
What's
right?
your vision? You're at 23. I'm not asking you to tell me that you are going to be the next Elon Musk. That's not what I'm asking you. You should at least know
where you're going.
As you want to stand up, you should know if you want to head to the toilet or you want to head to the kitchen. You should have that sense of direction. They don't. Majority of these guys of these days, they are very happy living and feeding under their girlfriends.
Yeah.
They want to be baby daddies. paying child support. No, hold on, 1 minute, paying child support. And I'm saying this because of the environment and community that I live in. I currently live in the United States of America, and I'm using this country that I live in as a case study, right? So the majority, you hardly find a man who legit wants to wake up and go to work. They have an excuse why they don't want to go to work. The women will get up and go to work. So in situations like that, the lady has an expectation of guy. Dude, get up and go to work. Okay, go to school. If you put it on statistics now, women are the ones that go to school the most. They are the most educated. You go to workspaces. Women are the ones.
I want to hear from Dami.
In this kind of reality now.
I want to hear from Dami because it's like she's not said so much. Which of course she initially she said.
Is talking.
I like the fact that she's hitting it real hard. But do you think at some point that women or young ladies should take accountability? Because we've heard, the guys are. So at what point do you think young ladies should also take accountability for these things happening?
I mean, everybody needs to take accountability, first of all.
So in what area do you think?
I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but for women, it's hard to realize certain things until it's a little too late. Like,
why do you think it is that?
People say we lead with emotions, so maybe that's why. But
someone corrected that thing. Her name? Pastor Mildred Okonkwo. She said that thing is wrong. He said everybody has. Yeah, you said it. Said everybody has emotion. He said let's stop. He said that's why these guys are doing this thing.
What they're doing.
Because we keep saying what you say takes authority.
Yeah, you become
because the moment they see the vulnerability in that, they see that you're so emotional, and the this is not just a bash to women or to men. Majority of people of these days are led by emotions, and the truth is the predator already knows that his prey is led by fear. And the moment who was telling me about snakes and how snakes react to human fear, and they would attack you because they know they can sense that fear in you. And take this into relationship of today. The moment they know that a woman, you're not confident in yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know your worth.
You don't know what you want.
Why do men take advantage of that?
Can I say?
Not men. Sorry to say that.
People.
Not men. Humans will take advantage of any.
But we're talking in the space of boy and girl right now.
So
why do men?
I still want Dami to finish. No, you finish what you were about because you were talking about emotions, knowing that the women have emotions.
Can you
so they make decisions? It's late.
I mean, it's things people have said. People say women go by emotion or work by emotion.
How about you? What's your experience?
I'm not much of a dater. I don't date as much as every other person.
She what?
You said something else. Bro! She said she practiced what?
She practice.
What's practice?
I don't is a common.
What is that?
I don't know. Come on, guys. I'm lost.
I'm lost as well. I don't know
what's going on.
She said
Dreaming.
I don't know.
Practice, right? Okay, go on.
That's you saying that.
Wow, that was what she said.
I'm not much
that was
of a
what you said.
I
heard it.
They just waste time. They waste my time.
So
I recently stopped talking to a man because he didn't buy me flowers.
Why?
It's wasting my time. It just shows to me that first of all, you're not listening.
See why it's coming
We're
from
talking.
you.
We've already talked. We've spoken about a whole bunch of things. We've spoken about religion, family, how many kids you want. These are things we're talking about in the talking stage, and it's towards Valentine's Day. This is time for you to at least wow me.
Love is an action word.
Just show
in
me
a certain
something.
way. Show me something. I've expressed to you how much I love flowers. I have sent you my house address. We've spoken about flowers countless of times. And it then comes Valentine's Day, no flowers. No happy Valentine until evening.
Okay, so
what are we doing?
Did you I'm sorry, I don't know this whole situation, but I just to play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Did you like at least to give a benefit of doubt to say, hey, come on,
Really?
I hold
No,
on. hold on.
no, I don't.
Really?
That's
I'm
I'm
not
supposed
doing
to
that.
beg
that's
for
not
flowers?
gonna work. Don't go there.
Should
No,
I
no,
have
no,
to
hold on,
beg
hold
for
on, hold on, hold
flowers?
on. I'm coming.
Okay.
He's
Let me tell you something.
It's not just flowers. It just tells me you're
Did
not
it,
listening
no,
to
hold
me.
on now. Do you like this guy? Did you like him?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Hold on.
He's a
See,
fine young man.
let me tell you something. Some people are.
You made a fine.
See, you people don't even.
It's still the emotion that we're
Wait
talking about.
first now.
He's a fine young man, right?
Tosin,
Yeah, he's a fine young
Tosin, hold on. See, even me, I can tell you that I, up until like 2 years ago, I still had to learn some things.
And that's fine.
Hold on now.
And that's fine.
Because even in the recently my wife was telling me that, look, you think all those things you did in the relationship, I will say this, you won't pay attention. I will say this, you won't pay attention. That you will have to start paying attention now.
Okay, but there was something that you did that while that before
That
she
while
said
that
she wanted to be
exactly.
with you.
Exactly.
But-
This is talking stage for me.
This
and
is
the man.
now marriage.
And I see where you're
It's
coming from.
different.
I am known to be the girl that gives people more than one chances or two chances. I'm that
Yeah.
lenient.
Yeah.
I
I'm
agree.
I'm very lenient to a
I can
fault.
attest
So
to
if I
that.
tell you that I left a man because it's acting up, trust me.
But
it's
was that
acting
the
up.
only problem?
And,
So
and
no.
I still give him the chance to come back and
Yep.
plead for himself.
So, and he
but
didn't.
he was still being very, very funny and very
Oh,
nice.
he
I'm,
was.
I'm texting you something differently. You're texting me something totally different. Our conversation is not aligning anymore. You didn't even apologize for that. And I'm telling you, okay, this is how this made me feel. You're telling me, sorry now.
And we're supposed to be talking
Excuse
heading
me?
somewhere. This
So-
is just going to show me how you would treat me when we do get in a
And so,
relationship.
this brings me back to what I'm also saying in this.
No, I feel like you
generation.
have something to say. Go ahead, speed it up.
Sorry, this brings me back to
Let's
what
I
I'm
want
saying in this
community.
generation is that, which is the reality and the
Expectation.
expectation that we're talking about. You said something to Dami that most times women don't know what they want. She's somebody who knows what she wants, and she's speaking in clear terms. Love is an action word. It's a verb. It's not a noun. If I'm telling you that this is my love language in the talking stage, it simply means that you are deaf, you are blind, you can't see, and I can't deal. You're not a child. I can't be pregnant and be dealing with our children and be dealing with you, carrying you on my back. No, you should be able to, like, bro, I'm dropping my father's name. I'm dropping my life, my entire world.
These
to
days
come
they
and-
don't drop father's name
I was going
again.
to say I'm not tripping.
and give my body and everything to you, submitting to you, and all I'm asking.
I mean, what am I giving you, firewood?
What are you?
And also,
Don't let us start that argument. See why?
I
I
mean-
that your white glasses with you.
Wait first,
I mean-
if you are giving me your body and now firewood that they give you,
Baba,
Well,
you
Now-
never picking.
in his defense,
We
you're
dey-
just
I
giving
dey
your
give
body.
you-
No.
not giving
But
bodies.
that's fine. But I'm talking about childbearing.
Oh,
I
okay,
will
okay, that's a whole
never.
different
My
conversation.
body
You
will
can
never be the
try to
same.
compare.
But one thing I noticed in this let me say dispensation is, I think, is getting more difficult for people to get married. Like,
How
No,
are we gonna
people are
get
getting
married
married
after
every
we pass the
day.
talking stage?
no, it's not difficult because
I know,
We're
I
still on the
know,
talking
I know
stage.
a lot of ladies
that are still
that
single
are single,
and of a marriage.
but I can't really, point to guys like that.
yeah, but the
Yeah,
guys,
the
hold on,
ratio-
hold on, hold on.
the
The
ratio-
ratio,
the ratio is
Go
I
ahead.
can't really point to guys that I can even vouch for and say, oh, this guy is responsible enough for me to,
Oh, God bless you.
you know,
This
this guy is enough.
Do you see what we're saying?
This guy is,
He just said it. This is somebody in your age bracket.
yeah.
I
I'm
mean, we
actually
might be in
telling
the
the
same
truth.
age bracket. We don't have the same, mindset.
I get that, but
But-
he's telling
Can
me
I-
what-
can I
what
say
is out
something
there
to
now.
you?
Hold on,
See
D.
why?
Hold on, D. I have a lot of ladies, and one thing I can also say about this present dispensation is that I think there is a lot of growth with the ladies more than the guys, because most of the ladies, they invest so much in themselves. Their academics,
Yeah.
their career, their growth, professionally. In their career, in their even spiritual growth, right?
Yeah.
You see them investing heavily, but guys are not doing the same.
Amen.
And if they are doing it, they are not on the same proportion with what the ladies
Amen.
or what the ladies are doing. So I think that's a
And
problem
to,
right
to
there.
even bring it to our show currently, we have one of our assistant producers or one of our production
managers.
who clearly has brought a young beautiful lady here. Clearly the lady is so beautiful. We're asking him, bro,
And he's like,
What's going on?
what's going on?
and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me
Like,
also,
you didn't whine me.
let
Like,
me also
that
add,
is-
Because CY said, he made a comment. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I'm close to him, so I'm hearing everything. He said when you were speaking about men doing this and men doing that and men doing this and men doing that, he said, so who's enabling them?
Men are the one enabling.
Can I say that?
Ladies are actually enabling.
Let's go back to the foundation. As young girls growing up in an African home or in many homes, let me put it that way for argument's sake.
There you go.
We were brought up and groomed for marriage. Us as girls.
Still today.
I'm saying
Still
growing up
today.
as little girls.
Still happen to you today.
We were groomed for marriage. You would, if you put down this cup, you would hear your mother say, "Why are you putting cup down like that? You're going to be somebody's mother. You're going to be somebody's wife. You're going to da 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 da."
Must learn how to cook.
But men were not checked. Women were practically caged, while men were allowed to do whatever they want. Hear me. I'm heading somewhere.
You're the only child, right? You're the only child in the house.
So now men grew up without a sense of responsibility and a sense of belonging. Because a man, you hear comments like men don't do house chores. Women, as young girls growing up, we will do house chores. We will cook. In the morning. We will do this. We will do, and why the guys will just be playing game in the living room, chilling and all that fun stuff. So from the foundation,
it was already bad.
Men were not groomed for this.
What do you mean?
Give me five.
So this is it.
Both marriage.
We can argue all we want. We can.
So that's what's enabling them. That's how.
No.
It started from the foundation.
Dami has something to say.
You said you mentor men, right? So to say, you mentor men.
Yeah, I talk to.
What do you tell them? What are the things you say to them?
I tell them the things that will help them to have great relationship. And for me, what I mean by having a great relationship, first of all, you have to respect every woman.
Yes.
And secondly, I feel you should be able to. Okay, let me rephrase what I wanted to say. Going back to the enablement. You see, he made a point. He said women invest in themselves and do all this, and I agree. I take example with my wife. She's a makeup artist, and I see how.
Makeup artist?
I don't know. I was going to ask.
Sorry to cut you short. Go ahead.
I mean,
even our producer's wife is a makeup artist.
Even producer.
Yes,
for real? Oh, yes.
I think that's
in Nigeria.
That mean,
it's proximity.
take notes. We have to go to makeup artist school.
So I see how she invests in herself, the things she does. Even me, sometimes I'm like, am I really doing so much? I'm like, okay, let me go and do research like this woman. Now you put in all this, energy in building yourself, and then one idiot shows up, and you allow this idiot
respects you
to come and run down all this, and in the name of. So that's why I'm like.
I mean, that's why
we don't know they are stupid until after the fact.
You wouldn't know, so you'd have to experience it to know.
Say that again. That's why you're what? That's why
I'm still single. That's why I haven't.
Wait first.
Sorry.
You see, the truth is, this thing is. I don't know how, because.
I think
you're speaking from a man's perspective.
No, not from a man's.
You're protecting your own experience.
I'm not protecting. I'm trying to tell you guys that this thing, it from the onset.
If a man comes to you and he's foolish, just cut.
How do you know a man is foolish until you experience the foolishness?
We're just telling you these experiences that we've seen that men are foolish.
It's after the
so you mean all the ones you've gone through, they are foolish?
If they were not foolish,
should I surprise you? I know someone that has
and none of it was your fault.
If they were not foolish, I would have stayed. I would have been with one.
And none of it was your fault.
You're the only one understanding.
I totally understand, but another
and none of it was your fault.
We're not saying that. Everything is on the man. Because also as women, just the basic thing as a woman is that you have to know what you want, like you said. And also I feel like something that is missing from a lot of women's life is self-love. Because if you treat your heart, the Bible says, do not put your trust in the arm of flesh. Your trust in the arm of flesh is your heart. It is stupidity for you to trust somebody with your heart, because that is arm of flesh. And that's me putting my trust in you. And if the Bible is saying don't do it, then it also means let's bring that to the practicality of the dating scene. We shouldn't do it. So until you have proven without reasonable doubt that I can trust you, then I will trust you. Now, it took me a while to get to this point and understand this, but now that I'm here, I'm here.
Period of power.
So it's like I hear you saying, oh, women should do this, women should do that. However, some of these things were not taught to them. So how do they know what to do?
And it wasn't even taught to the girls.
I know someone that has been in a relationship for 10 years.
And it's a baby mama.
That's not a relationship.
Wait, and she's engaged.
What do you mean? She's not engaged. She's just been dating this guy for so long.
Yeah.
Heading nowhere.
Yeah.
Now, that type of woman that has invested so much and given birth for this thing, you want her to leave, where will she start from? Women have the fear of
I don't
starting
understand.
over.
Where will she start
There's a difference between being foolish, right, and being.
But that one is
being
foolishness.
wise. That's absolutely.
This one is
being foolish.
That's what she said.
How is she being foolish?
This is absolute foolishness.
Why?
Number one. Let me look
10 years.
at me.
Go ahead.
If personally, I'm the kind of person that discerns, right? And I'm also sapiosexual because I like people.
Like things of the brain.
I mean, like we have to be on the same wavelength
Yes.
mentally.
Of course.
Do you understand?
That's it.
Before I can connect to you, right?
You have to stimulate me mentally.
We don't need.
Call me and talking voice.
Look at me.
English.
This is where I'm going. I don't need to spend 1 week with you for me to know if you are my kind of person or not.
That's what we're telling you. Men of nowadays,
I don't need.
years relationship.
I don't need
and
to
they
do
still
that.
have not
Do you understand?
proposed.
Even not.
How about 2 years talking stage?
I'm not talking about a girlfriend, right? I'm talking about just being friendship, whether with a guy or with a girl. Our first conversation is going to determine because I'm going to look at our goals, our values. Does it align? Those are the kind of things I'm checking for.
Yes.
I'm going to be looking at the consistency in the
this
things
is
that
what
you are
we need.
saying. You get what I'm saying? But if you are not giving me all that, I'm going to just know that this person is not the kind of person I want in my inner circle, right? So how can you go on for 10 years?
So to
It
buttress.
shows that lady it herself doesn't know what she's doing.
Okay.
No,
Go back.
You get it?
I agree.
Yeah. And another thing I want to say is that you will always attract the kind of person you are.
Amen. Let somebody
Preach.
shout hallelujah.
So if you keep on
I
saying
agree to this because the Bible says the deep calleth unto the
until the
deep.
deep,
Amen.
thank you.
A pastor said something one time. He said, women come to me and say, oh, pastor, my husband is stingy. And you know what he said? The deep calleth unto. There's something about you.
So I'm about to put myself in trouble. Are you people trying to say that I only attract married men because those are the men that try to talk to me? I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure it out.
No,
It's
you
not
just-
just you.
I'm trying to
You're
figure
not
it
the
out.
only one,
you just,
sister.
it's not just you.
Every
It's not just
woman,
you.
So in that case, how am I
dating woman.
attracting?
Why is deep calling on to the
What deep is
We
deep? What kind of rubbish?
You
Yeah.
know they
So-
said you are giving them green lights.
No, so
Another thing that you need to work on,
Wow.
you need to think about is
you were.
there is something they call this is my own kind of philosophy, right? People might not align or agree with what I'm saying, but there is something they call like algorithm, right? Like we use on the phone and in our destinies as humans, right? Sometimes our algorithms determine the kind of people that come
Right.
to us.
Like they
So
say,
if-
energy.
The energy. Let me land. If you see a particular trend, that this is the kind of people life algorithm is bringing to you, you have the power
You have to look in
to
where-
reconfigure that algorithm
Yeah, absolutely. I
and
agree.
decide
I'm
or
with you,
determine the kind
100.
of person, the
I
kind of
agree.
people you want to
Attracted
meet.
Yeah.
Or people that are
So
attracted
now,
to you.
do you agree to what I was saying earlier, based on what he said?
What did you say earlier?
That I said that, you see, when he said configure. When you say you are configuring things, you have to start determining from the beginning. When you start noticing certain things, you have to
Walk
put
away.
it. Yeah, you have to.
Don't let it go
Honestly,
on.
But,
too
but
long.
I just told you I walked away from a man for not giving me flowers, and you were about to antagonize
no.
me.
So one thing, like I said, I'm playing the devil's advocate. I didn't really. When somebody says I'm playing the devil's advocate, he doesn't really mean what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Right.
He's only trying to say, okay, a benefit of doubt. Okay, what could come out of
Yeah.
this? So I mean that's stupidity.
I- I
If
want to
somebody
give a
practically
story.
says bring
And I approached another man and I tabled the matter, and he was like, "Oh well, men don't think like that. We don't really be giving flowers. I'm like, excuse
No,
me.
that's don't ever take excuses.
My father still
That's
For
what I'm
any-
trying to say. Men,
I don't do flowers, right? But I make sure that I'm responsible and I'm loving, to my wife and to my children, right? I don't believe in flowers, right? But
Or even gifts.
if I know that my wife's, maybe love language is flower, I would definitely go and buy it for
Thank
her.
you very
Because
much.
love is
So
an
you are listening,
action
that's what
word.
I'm saying.
Yeah, so you
Action
You are
word.
paying
need
attention.
you need to
You
listen,
listen,
because when you
yes.
listen, that
Love
means
is
you are
an
paying
action
attention
word.
to
For
details.
God so loved the word
That he
that
gave.
he
Okay,
gave.
so another thing
Hallelujah.
I want to say is this. You see, people grow into things. Like I said, I wasn't that type of a person that was my wife also, she kind of liked flowers. It was recently I knew. She used to say it, but
Oh.
I would just
After how many years?
But you were compensating it somewhere else that she didn't have to see that
so
part.
this is it. What I'm saying is, you see, sometimes some people just need to learn.
But we're in the
some
talking
things.
stage. In the talking stage, everyone is coming with their
With
best
energy.
foot forward.
That's this generation.
May I shock you?
How am I already
I think
schooling you?
I even proposing to my wife. If I didn't propose to my wife.
My husband is not.
I wanted to propose to my wife. The ring, I put the ring like the ring just fell down. Brag. My wife said, which ring is that? I said, it's your ring. She said, you are a typical local boy. I said, yes, my waist might be local, but my heart.
She has come to understand
My ways
that
might be
everyone
local, right?
she
But my
likes.
heart is sophisticated, in loving you.
Let me tell you something. Let me, young ladies, let me tell you something that I learned. I would say my wife. She said, "Do you know what made me stay with you?" She said, "I failed in every aspect of romance." She said, "I feel like there was romance when nothing."
It's not your forte.
Because I think, and this has a lot to do with growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I
It
can
had to
connect
do
to what
a
you're
lot
saying.
Well, I
with
can
growing
agree
up.
with that.
Yeah.
An
What she
African
said,
home, I agree.
what actually sold me was the fact that you were committed to your vision.
Yes.
I was committed to being a comedian. Like, she saw how I loved what I was doing. Then secondly, first of all, she said she loved the fact that I was so committed in church. And because the first place I took my wife to was church.
You really failed as
It was
romance.
it
You
was
couldn't even
terrible.
take out on a date.
It was terrible. We started dating, and I just said, we're having one program in my church. It's called Breakfast Fellowship. It's okay, I'll come. And she came, and she saw I was taking praise. I was the one helping my pastor do everything. I was in charge of the choir. So she was like, okay.
Sorry, please. Let me just chip in. I remember I had a girlfriend then. I took her to breakfast prayer meeting. She just left. She said, I thought she went to use the bathroom.
And she went to
10 minutes, I didn't see this girl. 15 minutes, I didn't see her.
You see 2
30 minutes, I didn't
scenarios.
see her.
Two
I just picked my
scenarios.
phone. I said,
Different reaction.
I called her name. I said, where are you? I don't like that place. I've gone home. I said, okay.
I'm sorry, what?
The next day she called me and said, I love you. I said, okay, I love you. Well, I love you too, but we are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying,
But I just knew right there
grew-
that this is not the
is-
she
person.
started teach. It was when we even got married that she started like, look, I mean, not that I didn't know these things. I because I grew up with seeing people do it, but I didn't think it's something I could do. I just felt, okay, I love you. Okay, you want this one? You want this one? But I started learning that, look, you have to.
Learning means you are teachable.
Yes.
See,
The only way for you to learn is to be able to identify that there's a problem.
and
If you do not have the capacity to identify,
But there are some
there's nothing for
I
you
still
to
don't
learn.
want to
and
agree.
there's something that both of you have been doing since this show started. In every conversation that we've brought up, and you guys needed to refer to somebody, you refer to your wife proudly.
I have one for my side
What
chick.
did you You refer to your wife, and then when you're making references to both of your wives, you guys are very proud.
And when they started, they knew
You know,
what they
they
wanted.
knew what they wanted.
You're saying with so
Right.
much pride.
So we
That's what
You
we're
had
saying.
a
are there no men
You
that
knew
know
what
what they
you
want?
No, not that there are no men.
They are.
They are.
They've
out
just
there.
not found me yet.
That's
We've
what
not
they are
found it
saying.
yet.
The
A
wife
man
finds-
that finds
but-
a good, the wife finds a good thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Proverbs 18:22.
Don't worry, we
Pastor,
go.
If you are, if you are not,
got
if you are not a good
some
woman,
guys I have
then
some.
don't expect to find a good man.
Of course.
You always attract the kind of person
course.
you
Now,
I
I'm
so
walking
much
away
don't
with that.
agree to that statement. I don't know.
No,
that
I do.
statement. I agree to it,
I
but
agree
not
to that.
so
I told you,
I-
if you don't agree to it, go and reconfigure the algorithm that brings the people
so
to
when
you.
I was
And
doing
that means changing.
You know,
where
you know,
are,
you know,
get it,
Popsy
but
was telling
when
us
you say
this
you
the other
attract
day,
who you
Dami.
are.
see,
Yeah.
go and
You were
try
saying-
to-
You know why? You know why I said
I
that?
don't understand you.
And
Don't
I-
see me,
and I-
don't
Don't
decide-
take
and
it
I-
as relative.
Go and-
Hold on,
it
Dami,
has-
just give me 1 second. I know someone that she's like, is it hourglass or what do you call it? Like it's like made from.
Yeah, we
like,
get it.
you understand?
Yeah, we'll push forward, brother. Push
So,
forward.
but this person has never been fortunate with
relationships.
guys that.
Wait, so-
and she's not a bad person. She's
Okay,
a
because I
person
was
that
about to
can.
say you only describe that body. Is that what she's going to use to keep the man?
Yeah, because men now.
I'm sorry.
No, you know why?
Hello.
Men, number one, men are visually attracted to.
Yeah.
To
I think we talked
My
about
brother
this
said,
last
"A man,
last week.
you have to be
You
seen to
understand?
be favored. You people need to walk around in front of the men and go
Yeah.
like this."
Yes.
Like, what?
That is the truth. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes you could be nice. You could be. You could be nice, you could be God-fearing, you could be talented, rich and everything, good shape and everything, and you won't still get
Apparently,
the right
shape
traffic
does
of
not
guys.
even do.
That's what I
coming to you.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
You see, sorry to cut you
Beyonce
short.
has a beautiful.
Sorry to
shape.
cut you short. Just to
Come on.
emphasize on what
Did
you
you have to
said,
throw
in
that
the
in?
notes, right? When I was in school, and these are facts. When we were in school, we had girls that were God fearing. Oh my God, they used to go for fellowship, yada yada yada, and we had the runs girls. We had the runs girls that they
Then they fire down.
they fire anyhow. Guess what? This runs girls, and I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying that statement is relative.
Yeah.
These runs girls
Right.
are the ones in the best relationships now. Those
Best marriages.
those sisters, beautiful ladies in the Lord, they are still single.
Yes,
what
but-
is
but
great
you have to-
so
Why didn't they attract
those
one
why
of
they
them
attract
and stay with
what
them?
the one
That's why I
that
said
was
that
them.
statement
Those
is very
ones
relative.
girls,
I agree to
they
it,
go
but to
to
an
a
extent.
place of change. You
Baba-
can't be I
Baba-
disagree. You cannot be
I don't want
in a
to
serious
call
relationship
names.
and still be a runs girl and be going
Babe.
up and down with different men.
Except
the money from the runs is feeding and
Sweetie.
funding you and your boyfriend.
sweetie.
See,
I heard that
I-
girls they listen the most
Uh-uh.
and they don't argue.
Ah.
And they
Because
they
they're
know how
not
to keep a
headed
man.
anywhere.
I don't
okay,
agree.
so
You'd be surprised.
all right.
With it,
So
as well,
honestly,
with it, I beg.
this topic, we can't
need to
finish
run
it
it
today.
back.
We have to run this topic because
Amen.
we need to find
A solution.
a solution to
Yeah.
this
Like a
challenge.
balance.
Either we're going. I think we should bring a
There's
young
another
man.
part that I that men are afraid to approach women now.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
What?
I agree. Go ahead, say it because
So-
you know what is in my mind. Say it. Say it. We've talked about it before.
Because of a lot of this stuff going
Yep.
on now, where people are easily accused of
Yes.
rape, abuse,
yes.
so
yes, sexual harassment.
sexual
Yes.
harassment and all that.
Yes.
So I know somebody
Yes.
who told me,
I
he
agree.
said,
So in that case, how do we make ourselves seen? How do we do that and not
the
come
few
out
the
as-
few eggs, bad eggs, in spoiling the.
I
How do
get
you
that
make
we've
yourself
established
seen?
that. How do we
You know,
do
you know what I
you mentor
figured?
men and women. Mentor me now. How do I make
Yeah.
myself seen?
What should I do?
Honestly, before you answer the
We
question, I
probably-
just want to put this out there. In life, there's a word called balance.
Balance, right?
Right? So both on the feminine and on the masculine side, that's
You're right. You're correct.
You have to find a balance. Because honestly, like Siwa and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago where he just said what he said. A man comes to you and he's trying to talk to you and you're already placing that
Already
sexual
defensive.
harassment. Like
Yeah,
he's
you're
telling you
already
that, hey,
defensive.
oh my God, you're so pretty. Like you said, men sometimes they like what they see before they approach you.
Yep.
And if a man sees you and he's honestly just
Just a
complimenting
compliment,
you. It's a harmless compliment. You're already spamming him with sexual harassment. That show ni abo mad.
I mean,
Bad.
it's based on
Sorry.
some people's
Sorry.
experiences.
no.
Some people, you tell a man, okay, no, I'm not interested. He will pursue you and probably beat you up.
Okay, they beat you up, part no, but men
I
are
think
known
women.
to
I
pursue.
think women are scared.
Scared of what?
No,
The harassment
don't
going
speak
out
like
there.
that. There's also a
lot
lot.
of
Not all men are sensible.
And I'm not saying that no harassment out there.
Let me tell you something. I'll send this to you on Instagram. A lady said to another lady, just tell him no. What could possibly go wrong? Everything could go wrong. You could lose your life.
I'm telling a man no. I agree.
That's the world we live in today.
But what's the percentage of that?
It's very slim.
It's very slim.
The probability of that happening to you
is very
low.
So let me say
I
this.
take compliments.
Why would I want
and
to
I'm still
take
saying,
a chance?
mentor me. I ask you a question.
Why
Definitely, we're out of time.
Just give me a brief.
No, so I think when it comes to you, the first thing a man would do is contact. When the eye contact. Once a man looks at you twice or thrice, just know that there's something he likes.
I still does not approach.
I disagree. See why? You know why? Me and Dami were at a restaurant lounge-ish a few weekends ago. We're just both of us and we're just chilling. We went there to eat and drink and chit chat and all of that fun stuff. And not a single man walked up to us and we were there
why?
for 2 hours.
You know why they won't walk up to you? Because the world has changed. If I see you, personally, if I see you, I will just believe that you guys are partners.
People are together.
No.
I'm serious.
No. There was a particular man that kept giving Dami
in 2025.
They were looking
I will
at
just
each other
these
the
guys are
entire
dating.
time.
That's what let me tell
and
you
he
something.
never walked up to
So
her.
everything is against us. I don't understand.
No,
Why
it's not against. It's not
What do
against.
you want us to do?
Even if
I wasn't dressed like a man. We were both dressed in a very beautiful, feminine way.
No,
I wasn't dressed like a guy.
Oh no,
This is one of the nights
And then
that I
I'll
did not
tell you
wear
if that's my partner.
Same sex these days, they dress alike.
Okay, why don't you walk up to me first and I'll tell you if that's my partner? Because men will chase you even if you have a boyfriend. So why is he stopping them now?
That married women to don't hold hands and men all the time now.
So this thing, I can't really say that there's a formula to this thing. No, I'm not tired. It's just the fact that I think that when you see that person or that person is ready to talk, or sometimes
I kept flirting with this man. He was flirting with me. I was flirting back. He just didn't approach me.
Couldn't get up from his chair.
He was flirting. I was flirting.
and guess what? A lot of so why can't you? Is it wrong for you to approach him?
I don't approach men. I'm sorry.
There you go.
You see, I mean, if you like something, you go for
Why
it.
is that a problem when I said that?
I mean, it's not a problem.
Because you see,
What did the Bible
you
say?
guys said
What did the Bible say?
tell me what
You
people said the world has changed.
Finds a good
Things
thing.
have changed. The world has
Oh
changed.
please.
So now you want to agree that the world has changed?
No, because you people are
10
putting me on
minutes ago,
game.
you did
You
not
were
agree to
against
that.
I agree
the
now.
same word that changed. There are still men that still want to approach women, right? That's the one I want. Why can't you approach me?
Why do I want a man I'm going to approach?
Why is it a problem when I say
I might as
don't
well
want to
bend you
approach
over
the man?
because what's
Honestly, I would agree to that. If what you want will come to you, which I would say.
What this to me get.
What did you just say, please?
now who gonna wear the pants in the relationship if I have to approach you?
And they wear tongue.
And you do what? Sorry, what did you say?
Honestly, I don't mind making conversation with a man first, but still make the move. Let me know that because you are the one that also says the man does not tell you this is what he wants.
I'll tell you something.
Don't assume that that's what the man wants.
Yeah.
So if you're not coming to meet me to approach me and talk to me, I'm not gonna assume.
What if I walk up to you and then your girlfriend comes up from the bathroom
Amen.
and pours drink on my head? I'm too
What if I approach you and you're married?
Amen.
It's simple. So I think what most I'm not saying that you should, but if it's something that you're moved to,
you just made your entire body shifted from that chair. So your entire body language told me that was a problem that I don't approach men.
well, I feel that it shouldn't be that all the time that it should be the man. If it's something you have courage to do, it's not a must. If it's something you have courage to do, you can walk up and say, "Hey, what's up?" You don't have to go too far.
I'll try it and come back and tell you my
Experience.
It goes fine.
Well,
Because that's when they will
tried
say
it.
that the woman is desperate.
I have tried
She's
it and
desperate.
it's a no. So
That's when they will now feel it that
So you tried it.
I didn't walk up to a man, but I am the type of girl that would initiate a conversation.
I know.
with
It did your eye.
No, it's not mean like I'm trying to initiate a conversation
I'm
like
just joking.
something bad, but like
Oh,
I
man,
don't mind
this-
saying hey first.
Wait, oh God, producer is giving me all this. He has done all the
signs.
Is it deaf?
I've done everything.
Okay, so we have to go. But I think we're gonna have Dami and D.
We need you guys back.
Yeah,
so that we can exhaust this
and
topic.
then we'll probably a guy this time around. We'll bring a single guy to hear from their perspective because you guys are hearing from married men and it's not really making sense. So we need to balance it out.
A single guy that can stand 10 toes. Because I don't.
Oh, definitely. Trust me. Of course, you don't expect me to go bring one.
Visionless somebody.
One. What's my friend? They call him Obufe. That will. Oh my God. So, but this has been a very. I've learned a lot. Honestly, some things you guys are saying. Not that I don't hear these things, but I never knew that they were this serious.
Keep in mind that this is just the tip
of the very tip.
We just started.
Don't use that one.
Oh God.
Hello.
I'm going back home
So
to
you're
my
on
husband.
I'm letting everybody trigger. It's okay.
I know, please.
It's okay.
I don't have any trigger. Okay, guys. So please, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share, like, and also comment. We want to get your opinion on this, most especially this particular topic. Let's hear from you, and so that we can move this conversation, because we need these young men and young ladies to get married. Trump is even saying he's going to offer 5,000
and stay married.
And stay married. Okay, right.
No, let's get you married first. Then we now look out how do we retain the marriage.
Just a disclaimer out there. If you go both ways, if you're somebody that goes both ways, please make sure that you speak at the beginning of the relationship, so that we know.
Yes,
not that you now
important.
be telling her to wear strap on so that she's going to fill you in.
You saw the Ghanaian pastor that killed the transgender guy. Stabbed him to death.
Because now that you now woke up one morning.
So now, do we blame the pastor? Because the Bible frowns against
fornication
and adultery. Are we going to be testing the waters before we get married? We're supposed to wait till marriage. So if I wait to my wedding night, and on my wedding night I get there and I see that we both have the same.
I wanted to say.
What would you have me do?
I wanted to say, why did the pastor not know? But
how would he know?
I discovered that one of my friends almost fell
a victim.
We went to Houston. From the airport, this my friend saw this girl, beautiful. In fact, whether I'll call her girl now, I don't know. She was, and this guy was like, man, this girl fine, Then we got to Houston, and we're on the same flight. Got to Houston, we discovered we're lodging in the same hotel. He was like, come on, they go talk to this girl. So he went. He was talking outside, and me, I be sharp guy. I stood from afar. I looked at this place. I saw jugular. So I just say, Baba na mano. I say, look the neck. So when he looked, the guy just.
It's as if he's understanding.
Say, excuse me, I'm coming.
But do you blame the pastor? If we are to go by the way of, that's how you know that the world has changed.
I mean, at this point,
we're supposed to keep ourselves until marriage.
I think that's going to be a topic for another day.
Huh?
Did you
do what?
yourself before marriage?
Baba.
For real? Are you going to ask me that question?
Why not? Tell us.
Did I keep was I a virgin before?
No, I didn't ask.
Okay, my wife.
I said, did you guys practice
my wife,
sexual intercourse before?
No, my wife told me that we should restrain from that.
No wonder you're married in 3 months. It's making sense now.
No, it's not. Wait now. It's me now.
It's making sense now.
Hold on.
Did you?
Hold on.
Dami. You did.
Dami.
Did you or did not? But
I didn't.
You didn't.
Because
so you stayed a year.
Let the man be. He said he didn't.
No, he said he did.
He said he did. You said you did. You said
he did it with his wife, but he did elsewhere. That's what, right?
We need to go.
Producer,
we need to go. These people, they are not normal. I beg. Before person go put me for trouble. Anyway,
no, bring it
August.
back. Answer the question.
I didn't.
You know what happened? My wife and I, we had like a working agreement that we weren't going to have it, right? Mm-hmm. But we did every other thing. But when it comes to that,
so if for your wedding night,
you
now got there,
yes.
you found that you guys had the same.
He said he did everything.
Hold on.
We need to go. You go enter trouble. You never handle breast finish. You still there.
So
Breast won't see the
I
hand.
have a question for you.
Producer.
We do that later. We do it later.
Okay.
We need to see.
So you were doing every other thing.
No, don't quote me, right? We were doing the normal romance, like
What's your definition
normal
of romance?
kissing. That's it.
So, but how did you know that?
No talk again.
I know that she's a woman.
How did you know?
I know that.
So, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
will not know.
next week is going to be. Next week we are going to give you something very crazy. But I just want to say that in life there's always a solution to every problem. I believe that strongly.
I don't think so. I disagree with
They
that.
make
In
dating
life-
apps, and now dating apps, everyone is fatigued.
What I mean is, in
I
life
don't know.
there's always a solution.
I totally agree.
If you look, there's a solution.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't believe that there's no solution?
You might not know.
solution.
There's a solution now.
Yeah,
That's
there's
why
She was
Jesus
saying
Christ
she
did not marry.
doesn't
That's
agree.
the solution.
Oh, you want to be Jesus?
We have to be like Christ.
Okay,
Christ-like.
remain.
Close the show, please.
So on the 29th of August, Bowie Center for the Performing Arts, we're bringing it back again. This time around, it's bigger and better. We're bringing Shea Brown all the way from LA, MCPC, Houston, Kofi the Guru, Texas, Arlington, Texas, right? And then the boy Synthetic, my Cameroonian brother. These comedians are going to be gracing the stage for the Crew Plus Comedy Festival. So go get your tickets, $50. But now, like I always say, we are doing something that we want everybody to come for the show. The first 100 people to subscribe to Crow Plus streaming platform for just $4.99, which is like $5. You get to watch the show for free. Just subscribe, $4.99. Download the app on Google Play and Apple Store. Download, subscribe, $4.99. That's your ticket. You watch the show. But if you want to do big boy, pay $50.
It pays
Okay.
for us.
And we are going to have fun. I'll be there. I'm hosting. And let's have a great time. Ladies, I want to say thank you for coming.
Yes.
Dami, thank you. Although you've been you're just trying to be a little bit quiet. I know you Chris. But this one,
And just so you guys know, she has
I was about
beautiful restaurant called This Place.
Yes.
Wow, I need to go. Where is it?
Is it virtual?
You have to order,
you order online. Okay.
She makes the best shawarma in the DMV. No
Period.
cap. No
Period.
cap.
On period.
Best shawarma in the DMV.
Period. So,
So-
for
So yeah, so like you heard, D makes the best shawarma, and you order online, right?
Yes.
So
You deliver it.
what's
And you can pick up
what are
as
the
well.
informations that they use in ordering?
find my Instagram linked below.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram.
On
you see all the
Instagram.
information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only Instagram.
All
Okay.
the details is there. What you need to order.
Fantastic.
send a DM,
The
type
menu is
stuff,
there.
Yeah.
Please patronize. So you sell something to?
Do you want me to sell something to
Hey
you?
God, this guy, I beg. All right, guys. Creamy.
Yes.
Any
And
final word?
before we go, just FYI, I keep forgetting. Mumang way to forget to say this. I have my single that is also out. It's called My Father. It's on all
Beautiful.
streaming platform. Go and listen to it. The caption is going to be there. Thank you.
Tosi, any final words?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to our guests. I think you have really, electrified the mood here.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Listen.
I've learned a lot of things.
You're
And to all the listeners right there, I want you to, open your eyes and shine it
your
very
mind.
well. If you see the red flags, don't go further. No
Amen.
pressure. Just take your time. The right guy, the right lady will come
Some of us still like
at
to
the
be
best
approached.
time. I mean,
Approach
at
us.
the right time. And if you like somebody, if you're a guy, if you like somebody, don't be afraid. Just go there and like this sister is sitting beside me.
Please come
the
with
worst
not
So-
just attack. Come with your common sense. So I know where.
Guys, we leave these people.
All right, thank you,
guys. See you guys same time next week.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye. Yo, what is it?
This is the longest episode I've ever had.